Welcome back. I'm with Bruce Shelley of Ensemble Studios, and he's been kind enough to stop by and show us Age of Empires 3. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Lauren. Happy to be back on Gamespot.
Thank you. How's the show been for you guys?
That's been a great response so far. We've given away 1,000 T-shirts this morning, endless demos going, multiplayer going. People talking about how great it looks. So we couldn't ask for a better response so far.
Excellent. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about this Age of Empires, and then we'll get right into the game demo.
Okay, well, Age of Empires 3 takes place right after Age of Empires 2 ended with the discovery of the New World, the European discovery and colonization of the New World. So you're going to play one of 8 European civilizations. You're going to come ashore, you're going to settle, you're going to spread out, and you're going to compete with the other European countries and try to take over the New World.
Excellent. Well, why don't we jump right in?
Okay, I'm going to show you a few things here. We have 3 main things we think make this game different from Age 1 or Age 2, and that is, first thing I want to show you is graphics. Our guys set out to try and make the best looking Windows game ever been made before. I mean, that was their goal. So whether we have it there or not is somebody else decides, but that was what we shot for. So what I hope to be able to show you is, you can see up here, we've worked really hard on making the water looks fabulous, so the ship will leave a little wake in the water when it sails. You can see the mist and fog coming up over here, the bright graphics. We've always felt the sun needed to shine in an Age of Empires game. But we've also worked on the new graphics engine we're adopting what we call real physics. We're using Havoc engine to put real physics. So these men here, I'm going to shoot these men with cannon. They're going to bounce off this building, and you'll see them bounce around there. I mean, that kind of stuff hasn't been done in real-time strategy ever before. So this is what we're trying to do: bring real-time strategy, high-end graphics to real-time strategy like it hasn't been done in the past.
And nice explosions will come with it.
Yeah, we're featuring the cannons as a big high-end unit for this game. So they'll do a lot of extra damage. They're way powerful. It's not really historically accurate, but we're trying to make a fun game here. So the cannons will do stuff that might be outrageous. But you'll see they'll knock down these trees around. They're not going to hit this house, but they brought down those trees as well.
Wow.
So if I target them on this brick building over here, they'll start taking the building apart. It's not your average blow-up from we've seen in other real-time strategy. The game will actually come apart. Pieces will fly off. That's the physics we're showing.
Yeah, it doesn't just disappear from the screen suddenly.
Right. I mean, it looks like if you get hit by those pieces, your people could get hurt badly. So we're trying to do some new things. So let me just move on. So the graphics is one of the new things about Age of Empires 3. What we're also trying to do is change combat. Formations will now matter in combat. How you maneuver your men in a battle, how you keep them in formations will matter. You see these men are in a volley formation here, and they're going to engage these men in musketry. So if I go over to a larger battle, if I left these men, this is a good formation to fighting other infantry, but this would not be a good formation to fight let's say cannons with. My men would get slaughtered against cannons. Let me just go over here. In line, these men will lose to these cannons. They're in line formation. The cannons here are particularly, you see they're blowing these men back out of the way. So they're going to lose this fight because they're not going to do enough damage to the cannon from range versus the range, what's happening to them. So if I restart this demo real quick and go to a different formation, by being smarter about how I fight the battle, I can win. I would lose in that case, but if I'm smarter about it, then I stand to win. I'm going to take these men and put them in what we call a stagger formation. This allows them to spread out. Now they can get close to the cannons without being smacked. I mean, we're going to take losses, but not like the scale that they were. So when these men get close, I'm going to change their formation and have them charge the cannons. Now they've rammed up. Now they're going to charge the cannons. And if I watch the cannon now down here, this bottom green line, they're taking damage very fast. So I'm going to do the same here and have my men charge in. So the point of this is that we used to call our battles a swirling mass of crap. Now there's a method to what we're doing. There's a real plan. So we're trying to make combat look different in RTS, different than it's ever looked before.
So people can really study the tactical system, and they'll have to learn their game. They'll have to learn how to.
I think improve. With the whole idea, what we think game design is about is creating interesting decisions, giving people interesting things to do. So what we're hoping is that battles now will become a little more interesting. Instead of just grabbing a whole mess of men, sending them into a location, let them and go away to do something else. If you're there and you take care, use the right formations, then you'll do better in the battle.
Right.
I just want to show you this real quick. It's like more of the graphics. This is an aged game. We're gathering resources like we have in our past games. They're gathering gold over here. But what I really want to show you is the home city. This is the other big new feature in Age of Empires 3. I go back to my home city. In this case, I'm going back to Berlin. I'm in Age 2. When I do great things in the New World, the old country will send me stuff. So I've unlocked 5 shipments here. I can send some food. I can send some cavalry. And so eventually these items will be appearing on the map, and I can use them to play with. Now that's part of what the home city does. I play these cards. Another thing I can do here is I go to a particular building, in this case the military academy, and like a real-time, like an RPG character, I can unlock new abilities, new cards. As I'm a level 0 city up here now, but as I win games and get better from game after game after game, I unlock new abilities so that when I go back to this screen here and my card play, I can have additional great cards to play.
Oh, I see.
And this home city carries forward from game after game after game. So there's this persistency about it. So you can shape your city, you can modify the way it looks, you can give it the things that are important to you. Cavalry's important, you strengthen your cavalry. Ships are important, you strengthen your ships. So you sort of personify your city. So to sum up real quickly, the 3 things we think are most important about Age 3, it makes it different from Age 2, is the way it looks, the way combat is different, and this home city feature that allows you to personalize and have a persistent character.
Excellent. Okay, now we have a question I'll throw at you while you're setting up the next thing. This is from Jonathan in Harker Heights, Texas. He wants to know how the whole city leveling system is supposed to work.
The city leveling is basically as you gain experience points when you play, and that allows your city to level, your home city to level up. And as I showed on that one screen there, you can give new attributes to your city. So next time I play, I now have access to some new technologies. I have access to new types of military units. So from game after game, my city starts here as a 0, maybe goes to a 40 eventually, and then I have so many new things that I can play with in a game. So when I sit down at a certain kind of game and I see my enemy is this kind of units, I have this kind of stuff in my home city, I'll call for that this time. I hadn't used it before.
Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
I'm here. I'm showing you more stuff with our water, more graphics material here. I'm going to try and set up a large battle. We want to make am I still going here? Okay. This is real-time strategy. Lots of units on screen. I can zoom out or zoom in. Bring these men into play. I can release the camera. I can scroll around. See how this battle looks. So this is real-time strategy. It's not anything, but we've always made this kind of game. We're going to keep making them.
Yep.
So I can send all these men forward. And those points that are going, those numbers going off, that's experience. And you can see my bar down here is climbing. I'm working my way toward another shipment from the home city. Now the British here have a super gun, so I'm not going to win this fight. They have a really big, powerful gun back here. So my army's been badly hurt. I can, men are blown out. Cavalry here. I can zoom in again. Dragoons.
You know, a few questions have popped up. Josh in England is asking what kind of PC he will need to play Age of Empires 3.
That's a good question. At this time, we're not really sure what the minimum specs are. I mean, there's no end to the maximum specs. There's actually stuff we've made in this game that you can't see yet on a video card that exists. But we've been working with NVIDIA, and what we're trying to do is have the widest spectrum of machines available that you can play our game on. So there's really super high-end stuff that you're seeing on this demo, but we think that a machine that played Age of Mythology or close to Age of Mythology would be fine for this game as well. So we don't know exactly, with a couple of months to go, what the minimum specs are going to be, but it won't be ridiculous.
I think you've already sort of addressed. James in Incline Village wants to know if the buildings and trees fall on units, it will kill them.
Yes.
It will affect them.
Yeah, you get hit by debris. The tower falls on your head, your unit's dead. I can go back over here.
Amos in Cape Cod, Massachusetts wants to know, will there be a selection limit of units like in previous games?
I'm sorry.
A selection limit for the units.
Well, we have to have something. We can't let you just grab the whole map.
Right.
Yeah, there is a limit on what you can grab. I'm not sure what it is right now, but it could be in the area of like, I know you can get 20 units in a formation. So I think you can grab something like 30 or 40 units. I mean, I had almost 60 in one group up there a minute ago. So there's some limit on it, but again, it won't be ridiculous. I'm here showing some of our physics again. The ragdoll physics. The men are blasted. They're turned into ragdolls, get thrown off the cliff. You can see that some of their hats and their muskets are falling off as well. So these are things that the physics allows us to do. We've never been able to do in a real-time strategy game before.
And this kind of ties into that. Christer Wiebert in Sweden wants to know, will the physics affect gameplay and tactics in a siege?
On tactics of siege?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure how to answer that. Definitely, the physics is definitely important here because we knock these buildings down. I mean, if the building falls down on someone else, then it's going to hurt them.
Right.
I mean, I think the big thing about the physics is it makes it look so bad. It looks so good, but there are instances where the physics is going to have a effect on gameplay.
Right. Well, when will the game be released? When will the game be released?
The schedule for release is holiday fall. Now that means hopefully September, October, hopefully sooner than later. But we're all fired if it's not out by Christmas.
Well, good luck in that. Thank you so much for the demo.
Well, thanks for the
Looks
invitation.
terrific. And we're going to show you more footage of E3 2005. Here it is.